Hello viewers, my name is Kuldeep Singh. Welcome to my YouTube channel Technical Skills. Guys, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe this channel and please do hit the bell icon for latest updates. Hello viewers, if any one of you is interested in taking online or offline training, you can contact me on the number given on screen. You can call me or you can send me a WhatsApp message. Also, you can check my number in description of video. Thank you very much. Hello viewers, welcome again to this new PLC tutorial session. In this session, we will cover some TOF practice examples. As we have discussed in last class about the TOF timer, how TOF timer works, how its TT bit works, how its done bit works. In this session, we will cover some practice examples. So let's start. So this is the first example, first question that you can see on your screen. When start push button is pressed, output A, B, C gets on immediately. When stop push button is pressed, all outputs gets off after 5 seconds. So we have three outputs. When the start push button pressed, output A, B, C all gets on immediately. So we don't have to give any time duration or interval to start ABC. ABC are getting on immediately, and we have to put a timer or we have to give a gap of time and stop. When you are pushing the stop push button, all outputs gets off after 5 seconds. So outputs A, B, C gets on immediately and gets off after 5 seconds. So let's go to see how this is the answer or how is the solution for this question. So let's go to software. So first, the three outputs are getting on immediately. So I'm taking this input as a start push button. So let's name it as start. When start push button is pressed, all three outputs getting on immediately. Okay, so I am taking a latch right now. Okay, so this is a binary bit B3 column 0/0, and I am taking another binary bit here. Okay, so if I will take all three outputs in parallel with this binary bit, so when I will stop this or I will break this latch, all three outputs gets off immediately. So I don't have to stop all these three outputs immediately. I have to stop it after 5 seconds. So what I will do, I will take a TOF timer over here. I will take a TOF timer T4 column 0, and I will just give a preset of 5 seconds. Now I will take a done bit T4 column 0/dn, and I will take all these three outputs from this O0 column 0.0/0. So this is output A. Okay, now in parallel to this I will take output B. Output B. Output B, and again I will take a output C, because in question we have three outputs A, B and C. So I am taking this third output O0 0.0/2. So this is C. Okay, so I have to take a stop button. I am taking a stop over here, I1 column 0.0/1. Let name it as stop. Okay, so just compile it, download it, and run it. So see, when I will press this start button, see, all three outputs gets on. As we know, done bit of TOF timer gets on immediately. So I have given the supply to these three outputs with the done. Okay, because I have to give an interval in off time, that's why I have taken or I have chosen this done bit to stop these outputs. When I will stop, I will press this button, stop button. See, all three outputs will get off after 5 seconds. Timer is running, and done bit holds on these three outputs for extra 5 seconds. Okay, so let's see again. Start push button is pressed. See, timer is not running and these three outputs are on. When I will press this stop push button, now the timer starts running, it's counting the off time, and after 5 seconds all outputs gets off. So this is the solution for output for question 1 or practice example 1. If I have taken these three outputs, all three outputs over here below this binary bit, so at that time if I'll press the stop, all these outputs will get off immediately, but I have to give a time delay to off these outputs. That's why I have chosen done bit to stop these three outputs. Okay, so now let's go to another example. Question number 2. When start push button is pressed, outputs A, B, C gets on immediately. Same, when stop push button is pressed, output A and C gets off immediately and output B gets off after 5 seconds. So now in this question, the question is little bit same as of earlier question, but now what is the difference is that the only output B is getting on after 5 seconds and output A and C is getting off immediately, and output B is getting off after 5 seconds. Okay, so let's go to the solution. Okay, let's take a new file. Okay, now when start push button pressed, now I have to take again a start push button. I have to make a latch. So this is a start, let name is as a start. Okay, I have to take a binary bit. Okay, I can take a binary bit or I can take output A and C also. Let's make it simple. Let's take a binary bit so that we can go with this method. So with this method you will not get confused. Take binary bit. Okay, for latch B3:0/0. Okay, so I have taken this binary bit. So when we'll start this binary bit will get latched. Now what is happening is that when start push button pressed, output A, B, C gets on immediately. All outputs are getting on immediately. So I will take a binary bit over here B3:0/0, and with this binary bit I will make these two outputs on. The outputs are A and C. I am not making it on with the help of timer because these outputs are not getting off with any delay. Okay, so I am giving this address A and I am giving this address C. Okay, so when I will stop this in latch, output E and C will get off immediately because I don't have to give any timer for these outputs. Okay, because it is not asked in the question. Okay, and for timer B I will take a TOF timer as I have taken in the first question. I will take a TOF timer over here T4:1. Okay, now I have take a 5 seconds and I will take a done bit. Okay, as I have taken in first question T4:0/DN, and I will take output B with this done bit. Okay, so I have connected this output B because output B is the only output that is getting on after 5 seconds. Okay, so I have given this output with this done bit. Okay, so I will take a stop button, let me name it as stop. Okay, now I will compile and I will check this program. See, now you can check when input is getting on, A and C gets on. sorry, I have given a wrong address of timer. I have to give address of T41. No issue, I will just change it, make it T41. okay, T41. okay, sorry, my mistake. I will just download it again. Okay, now I can check again, force on, force off. You can see all outputs A, B, C gets on immediately when a stop push button is pressed. See, A and C gets off immediately, but B gets off after 5 seconds. You can check it again. When start push button is pressed, A, B, C gets on immediately. B, A and C are getting on with this binary bit, and B is getting on with this timer done bit. When stop push button is pressed, the latch gets off and the timer starts running, and the output B gets off after 5 seconds. So this is the solution for second question, second practice example. Let's move on to third practice example. Third question is, when start push button is pressed, output A, B, C gets on immediately. When stop push button is pressed, all outputs gets off at the interval of 5 seconds to each other. So every output is getting on off after 5 seconds. A is getting on off after 5 seconds. After that, B is also getting off after 5 seconds. Then after another 5 seconds, C is getting off. So to every output there is a gap of 5 seconds, interval of 5 seconds. So as the number of intervals are there, as the number of timers are there, so I have to use the timers as with respect to the intervals. Okay, so let's start the solution. So again I have to make a latch, make a start button. Let's name it as start. Okay, and now I have to make a latch, a binary bit. B3. Okay, now A, B, C gets on immediately, but all are getting off after the interval of 5 seconds to each other. Okay, so I will take a timer. Okay, so I will take timer T of timer T4 colon 0. Okay, let's give it interval of 5 seconds. Okay, now after 5 seconds output A gets off, so I will take a done bit T4 colon 0 slash DN. Okay, and this A also, as far as I will press stop button, output A will get off after 5 seconds. Okay, now output B gets on immediately, but it also gets off after another 5 seconds. Means after output A gets off, output B gets off after another 5 seconds. So what I will do, I can take another timer over here. Okay, and I will take a T of timer with the timing T4 colon, okay, just name it T4 colon 2, oh sorry, T4 colon 1, and let's name it, give it 10 seconds. Okay, because that timing is in after another 5 seconds. Okay, so I have to add 5 seconds to it. Now I will take another, I can take here only. Okay, or I can make it in separate rung also. Okay, let's make it easy, make it in a second, say separate rung only, T4 colon 1 slash DN. Okay, now what I have to do is I have to take a output is B output is slash 1, this is output B. Okay, now I have to take another timer, that is T4 colon 2. Okay, let's minimize it little. Timer T of T4 colon 2. Now it is will be 15 seconds because it is adding another 5 seconds to the question. So now I will take a done bit T4 colon 2 slash dn, and I will take output C. Okay, I will take a stop button. Now we can check this. You can see when force on, output A, B, C all gets on. You can see when input is forced on, when start push button is pressed, output A, B, C gets on immediately. When stop push button is pressed, when I am pressing the stop push button, output A gets off after 5 seconds. All timers are starting at the same time. So after another 5 seconds, output B gets off. After another 5 seconds, output C gets off. See, you can check it again. When a press button, stop push button pressed, output A, B, C gets on immediately. When stop push button will be pressed, all our timers will work simultaneously. So after 5 seconds, A gets off. After 10 seconds, or we can say after another 5 seconds, output B gets off, or after 15 seconds, or after another 5 seconds, output C gets off. Okay, so this is the solution for question number 3, example number 3. We can also make it in another way where we don't have to use 5, 10 or 15 seconds of interval. We can use a interval of 5 seconds. Okay, let's see how. Okay, I'm making it again. When start push pressed, this will be remain the same. That timer, first timer will be 5 seconds, and output A gets on. As output A gets off, so I will use another timer over here. Okay, I will use another timer over here. So this another timer, that T4 1 of 5 seconds. Now I am using the timer for 5 seconds because it will get on after output A gets off. Okay, now similarly in parallel to B, I will use another timer, that is our third timer T4 colon 2, and the duration will be 5 seconds. Okay, so now if you will check, all the timers are with the duration of 5 seconds with the interval of 5 seconds, and all output gets on immediately and gets off at the interval of 5 seconds. See, all outputs gets on immediately. When stop push button is pressed, A gets off after 5 seconds, B gets off after another 5 seconds, and output C gets off after another 5 seconds. You can check it again. See, all output gets on immediately. When stop push button is pressed, output A gets off after 5 seconds, after output B gets off after another 5 seconds, and output C gets off after another 5 seconds. So this is the solution for question number 3. So for this video, I am just keeping it this much only. I am signing off with this solution. Thank you very much. Keep practicing, keep learning. Hello viewers, if any one of you is interested in taking online or offline training, you can contact me on the number given on screen. You can call me or you can send me a WhatsApp message. Also, you can check my number in description of video. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please subscribe this channel. Also hit the bell icon for latest updates. Please give this video thumbs up and do share it with your friends. Also please comment below how do you like this video. If you have any questions, please comment below. I will definitely answer your questions. Thank you very much